on YouTube? ¿Cómo están? Yarel Ramos. Feliz año, everyone. I'm so excited to be back. I took a few weeks off to kind of get everything in motion and start a new season con todos ustedes de cosas nuevas que quería hablar con ustedes. Y pues el día de hoy, más que nada, pues decirles feliz año. Espero que estén disfrutando de este 2018 con todas las sorpresas que ya nos ha traído. Pero muchos de ustedes en las cuentas sociales me han preguntado muchísimas cosas, ¿no? Que de hecho me encanta que me dejen sugerencias de videos que quieren que haga, de cosas que quieran que comparte. De hecho, tenemos una serie, José, ¿verdad? De lots of really like lifestyle and beauty things that I obviously enjoy. And I want to start doing much more in terms of like things that are affecting the community, things that are affecting women. So definitely leave all the topics, leave any ideas que ustedes tengan aquí en los comentarios y pues yo trataré de contestarles a todos. Pero el día de hoy quería hablar de algo pues muy personal porque ustedes también es una pregunta que me hacen demasiado en las redes y es de que, Yarel, ¿cómo llegaste a donde estás ahorita? Platícanos de tu experiencia en televisión y cómo es que podemos llegar al lugar donde estás tú. Y esos comentarios siempre me llenan de mucha felicidad porque creo que una de las cosas más importantes que uno recibe de lo que estoy haciendo yo, por ejemplo, ahorita que es un noticiero, is to be able to relate to young people, right? To be able to see and hear that there's all these young kids, young girls, young men that maybe see themselves in me. So I'm going to take you guys back. To tal vez el momento que fue para mí como que un aha moment. Estaba yo en high school. I was a big nerd in high school. I loved books. I loved to read. I was very studious. Pasaba con libros estudiando mis tareas. I graduated valedictorian from high school. I was in every possible extracurricular activity because I wanted my college application to look amazing. Y creo que fue en una clase de español. It was like AP Spanish Literature, one of those classes. Y que una profesora, me dijo un día, like, what is it that you want to do when you, what do you want to study? Y yo de chiquita, por muchos años, siempre decía, I want to be a teacher, or I want to be a doctor, or I just want to do something where I feel that I'm helping other people, right? Y yo decía, sí, I want to be a teacher because I want to change lives. And then I'm like, no, I want to be a doctor because I want to save lives. Y poco a poco como que me fui alejando de esas carreras porque, one, I'm really scared of blood. Un poquito sangraba y me acuerdo que vi a Christiane Amanpour on TV one day. And I'm like, wow, here's this woman covering wars and covering like going to other countries, and she's got an accent and she has dark hair. She doesn't have blonde hair. She has dark hair like me. Y empezó ahí como que, like the little thing of like, I love to read. I love to write. I loved reading the newspaper. I used to watch news religiously with my parents. Y ahí empezó como que, I want to cover international warfare. I want to cover wars. I want to cover conflict in other countries. Y ahí, el momento que me acuerdo que eso pasó, that was it for me. Like that, nobody would change my mind. That's what I wanted to do. I started looking at schools that had journalism programs. I applied to the University of Miami where I went to for college. And thankfully they gave me an academic scholarship. So they paid a lot of my tuition for me to attend, which I was extremely grateful for. And I packed my bags the summer I graduated from high school, and I went across country to Miami. And I was there for 3 years. I studied broadcast journalism with a double major with international studies and then a minor in Spanish. During that time, I interned everywhere. I was an intern at every possible place I could. I did an internship with like Amnesty International one winter break where I went to Juarez to learn about the killings of all these women that were happening in Juarez about like, I want to say like 10, 12 years ago. El pobre mi papá tuvo que ir conmigo because he didn't want me to go by myself. So he had to request like a week off from work just to go and be in Juarez with me. So that was like an experience of a lifetime. I came back home to LA after all those internships, college, came back home to LA because I missed being home. Y empecé a trabajar en una cadena local de Los Ángeles, which was back then called Estrella TV. It was Lieberman Broadcasting, now it's Estrella TV. And they gave me a chance to be a reporter. I did not, in a million years, ever even think in college that I would do entertainment, ever. Yo siempre en la universidad, los reportajes que hacía, el trabajo que hacía era más investigativo, era más político, más social. Nunca me acuerdo. Yo creo que lo más así lifestyle que hice fue una nota about this new restaurant that all they served was cereal. That was like the most lifestyle story that I did in college. So when I started at this place, they were like, we need someone to do entertainment. That's not me. I was planning this summer to go to Mexico and take some classes over there and backpack through Mexico. And now I said yes to this job, but I'm not even an entertainment reporter. Y me acuerdo que the producer was like, you're young and you should not be getting into news yet. You're going to get jaded if you do. So I think, go and do fun things that, people your age do, like concerts and surfing and events. And I went to every fair in LA and I covered every concert. And from there on, I was learning so much again about my city because I'd been gone for so long. And then like after a year that I was there, a year, I get a call from this friend who was working at a music label at some time. And she's like, listen, she was working at Mundos at that time. She's like, they're doing a casting. Telemundo Mundos are looking for new VJs. She's like, I recommended you because you know Mexican music so well. And I was like, what's a VJ? I was like, I had no idea. And then she's like, yeah, it's going to be like a host for like these music and TV shows. And I was like, all right, sure, I'll go. I remember my little brother was applying to college at that time. So we had gone to like UCLA for like a welcoming reception. And then I dropped him off and I was like, I have to go to this audition or whatever, casting. And there was like hundreds of people that showed up. So I was like, wow, this is a big deal. And, a camera was in front of me. They asked me questions. They asked me about Mexican culture, about Mexican music. Y ya, se terminó todos como que gracias por venir. We'll let you know what's up. Y yo, sure. I'm like, right. Like, I'm really going to get this thing, right? I knew they were doing a casting in, like, New York and Miami and in LA. So I'm like, really? And, like, me, out of all these people, I was, like, 20 years old because I graduated early from high school and from college. I was, like, super young and, like, very naive to a lot of things. A las 2 semanas me hablan, me dicen, Yarel, you've been selected for, like, the top whatever, and we need you to come back for a callback. Like, we need you to come back to do another audition. Y yo, bueno, pues, se puso bueno. Y para ese entonces yo ya como que tuve una idea de lo que querían. They wanted hosts for the different shows that they had. Entonces voy, y para todos los que están en Los Ángeles, aquí está una estación de radio que se llama La Qué Buena, que tiene unos premios cada año que se llaman los premios de la radio. Yo trabajaba para ese canal, entonces yo tenía que cubrir la alfombra roja, cubrir la fiesta, cubrir los ganadores. Entonces, después de la alfombra roja, con mi chongo, acá, mis pestañas postizas, todo me voy a editar al canal para las notas que salieran en el noticiero y en el show del siguiente día. Y justo el callback era como a las 12, ¿no? Entonces, rápido me vine. Con todo y el chongo, el maquillaje que traía, me vine al casting. Y llego y estaba ahí una productora que yo conocía, que era productora en un show que se llamaba Mex to the Max, that was on LATV, which was another station, and I was an intern at LATV. So she saw me, she's like, Yarel, and I was like, hey, Melina, what's going on? She's like, that's right, you came for the callback. I'm like, yes. She's like, and she was like, just make sure you do a good job, right? She tells me that, please do a good job. Y yo, okay. Y luego me dice, come over here. And I'm like, what? She's like, what do you have in your hair? Tenía como 3 pins sticking out of my chongo because, I mean, I'd been wearing this chongo, had my hair up. She's like, leave it down, go. She's like, oh my God, please, like, do a good job. So I do the callback, I read the prompter, me hacen preguntas y ya. Saliendo de ahí, la productora ejecutiva me dice, listen, we want to give you this position. We want you to be the new host for this show we have called Reventón, which is a show that is based on regional Mexican music. And you would start, and you would love to kick it off in January. This was late November. Like, the show would start in January with you, and, we obviously have to go through all the legal stuff. Y yo, okay, alrighty. Well, I mean, and then she's like, we're going to send you everything, all the documents, everything going so that you can discuss it with, like, your agent, your lawyer. I had no agent. I had no lawyer. I'm like, my agent and my lawyer are my parents, right? At that time. Y yo dije, bueno, sí, yo, claro. Y recuerdo subirme al carro, que de hecho era un Jeep que era mis papás that I was driving. In esos momentos when you're just like, is this really happening to me? I'm like, oh my God. And you just start jumping like, and like I was hitting like the steering wheel. Y les marco a mis papás. No, I'm like, oh my God, like no van a creer. And they're like, I'm like, they gave me this gig and I'm going to be the host of the show. Y claro, mi papá lo primero es como, ¿y cuándo te van a pagar? And I'm like, I don't care. I don't know. I haven't even seen the contract. It doesn't matter. Y pues voy con mis papás y ellos felices, ¿no? Like I was just so excited to tell them. Y sí, pues en esas semanas fue de contratos. Gracias a Dios tenía amistades que pues conocían abogados que me podían ayudar. No en mal práctica del contrato, pero para entenderlo mejor, because I had no idea what it was. Y después, yeah, and then I gave in my 2-week notice. I took like a week off and I started at Mundos like that January in 2008. Remember, 2008. And it was amazing. It was one of the best years I've ever had in television because I was able to cover the presidential elections that year when Obama was running for the first time. So that was amazing because they knew that I had a political incline. They knew that I wanted to do politics and social issues, and they would let me cover these things. I would be able to do these news specials. So I was extremely grateful for them. I was able to do a lot of things at Telemundo. I was able to do a lot of things with other companies under the NBC umbrella. And then I moved to Miami for some time, came back, and now I'm here. So there's, a little bit of like that journey that's happened of like la vida te lleva por muchos caminos, ¿no? A veces tú piensas de que ese es el camino por el que me tengo que ir para llegar a este lugar, y a veces te tienes que dar como que unas vueltitas para llegar, and it's still the same camino. It's just like a few little different pathways. So I've always felt that that's really important. That's just a little bit of how things came about for me. Cuando llegó esta oportunidad de hacer edición digital California aquí en Los Ángeles, regresarme de Miami, I felt that it was right what I wanted, what I needed. Like it was like a blessing in disguise because I'd been working for this for so long. And now I'm here and I absolutely love it and I enjoy it and I get to work with amazing people who really care about the community and really care about the issues that are affecting our people. So I think at the end of the day, it's that you have to be okay with like taking a few little side roads. You got to be okay with like doing the extra work. Habían semanas donde yo no trabajaba. Cuando me fui a Miami for work, it was tough because I was traveling a lot and I didn't see my family for periods of times. You sacrifice your time, you sacrifice your relationships, you sacrifice a lot of things to give in too much to a career, like where I'm at right now. So, I wanted to share it with you guys because you guys are always asking me about like, Yarel, like, what do I do? Yarel, how is your journey? So I hope this helps you guys to, better understand what it is that you guys want to do. If you guys even have an interest in media and television and news, and to give you some perspective that every story is unique, that you don't have to follow, every story. Follow your own path, write your own journey and, make it a memorable one.